Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. I'm Christy Daugherty. I teach hand lettering and doodling with a focus on faith, and today I'm doing digital doodles. Uh-oh. I need to start over, sorry. It looks like the stream was deleted on Facebook. Try creating a new stream, or just remove the destination and re-add it. Hold on one second, sorry guys. I've got to remove Facebook and re-add it. Delete on Facebook. A post was created for this. Delete it? I guess so. And now I'm going to add it back. There we go. Why it doesn't tell me? Okay. Okay, hello. Okay, it looks like I'm live now on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome, hello. I was introducing myself and then it said Facebook was not working. So I wanted to make sure that I was live on both places for this initial 48 hours because you're able to watch this video until for 48 hours, and then only the club members would be able to see it from here, so they can watch the replays as many times as they want, as long as they're in the club and all the things. Also, that's where you'll download your digital stamp set. Hi, Sue. Welcome this morning or afternoon or evening, wherever y'all are from. I'm so glad that you're here. We're doing digital doodles today. It's my Procreate Stamp Club. And so every month for the last few months, I've been designing new stamp sets, which has been a dream. And because just the feedback I'm getting from you, and that we keep getting new members, so it makes me feel really good that you are enjoying what I'm creating for you. Hi, April. Good morning. But I wanted to start off with something really important. Hi, Tracy. Did y'all know that last month there was a typo? And it's very important that you get rid of this typo, okay? I don't know how we didn't see it, because I showed y'all samples of like cards and stuff with it, and nobody mentioned it. So I'm like, I'm so sad that it happened, but you know, I'm only human, right? So let me show you how to find it and how to get rid of it, okay? So you're going to go, this is the Kajabi app. If you don't know, Kajabi you can get on your iPad. Okay, so it's this little black, you can download it from the App Store. I don't know why they changed it to black, but it's black now, a little K. And then when you pull it up, you'll log in to my website. And if you've never done that before, you know, if you're already in Kajabi and you already have classes and stuff, you'll probably have to log out and then log back in to get it to come up. But anyway, you're looking for digital doodles. These are some of my other classes too. Scroll down till you find digital doodles. And then you will go to, there's 3 modules there. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to go to monthly stamp releases. Okay, so you're going to click on that. And this is where you'll find your stamps each month. But we're going to go to last month's, okay, February's. And it was the stamp set's called Count Your Blessings. Okay, here is the old version. Genesis has an I where it needs to have an E. And this is the updated version. And there's 2 stamps that I have that written on. Okay, so there's 2 stamps, and I'll show you that in just a second. But I've tried to make it as clearly and easy as possible for you to go and do the update if you haven't. And all you have to do is what I would do actually first is I'd probably go delete your old one. So let's do that together. So I'm just going to go into Procreate. I'm going to go to my stamp sets. It's called Count Your Blessings. Okay, I'm going to go to Count Your Blessings. Where is it? Did I already delete? I mean, I'm sure I did delete mine, but why don't I see it? Do y'all see it? Count? I don't see it. Maybe it's up at the top because okay, there it is. I don't know. Okay, it's right here. I've been trying to put them in alphabetical order, but this one I have it. So Count Your Blessings is right here. You're going to delete the whole thing. This is the easiest way to do it, okay? You're going to delete the whole thing. So you're going to tap here, delete. Get rid of it, because if you don't, you'll get confused on which set is the right one, okay? Then you're going to go to Kajabi. Yeah, Kajabi. And then you're going to click the updated download. And when you click on it, it's going to do this. Count Your Blessings brushie, and it's downloading. And let's see what happens next. Okay, So this is where I would save this to my iPad, because if something happened, you'd have a backup easily. And so I'm going to save it to device. There's the 3 dots up there. I just hit that, save to device. And I want to save it. You can save it to Procreate, but if you don't save it to your files, then you won't have an extra copy. Does that make sense? So I like to save it to files here. Oops. Save to device, save to files. And then save. And then there's count. Then and it says replace. Yes, replace. You want to replace it. You don't want the old one anymore. And then I go to my files, go find that stamp set. And there it is right there. And I'm going to tap on it, and it's importing right now to Procreate. And whenever it uploads, it will be should be the first thing up here in your library, the very first thing that pops up. So does that make sense? I hope so. Hello, Avery. Tracy says, I'm excited for this month's digital. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm excited too. Hi, Vicky. Okay, so everybody got it? Okay, got it. You put a copy on your laptop too, a copy of your digital stamp set. Yeah, wherever you need to put it to make sure that you have a backup, that would be helpful. If you are in a bind and you're just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And you were a tribe member during that time and you can't get to that set, just contact us and we'll get it for you, okay? I want you to worry about that. But I do want you to understand that these stamp sets are only available on the website during that month, okay? The next month, we take it down because then new people would come in and they could get all the stamps for just one sign up, right? And that's not really fair. So that's how we're working it. All right. So I'm excited about this month too. So let's get out of here and let's go to a new canvas. I'm just going to open up let me show you stamps first. Let me show you stamps first. Okay, here we go. We've got butterflies. We've got bunnies, different styles of bunnies, cool bunnies, stylish bunnies, all the things. And then on here, this is one of my favorites is these fish. I love these fish so much. They're, way cuter than normal fish. They're floral fish. And I have God Provides with the fish in the basket with 5 fish and 2 loaves where he multiplied and fed the thousands, or the 5,000, I think. Am I right on that number? I'm not sure. He will multiply whatever you have. And that has Matthew 14, 13 through 21. Here's some more fish. Today we're doing the bottles. You guys that seem so excited about the bottles with the flowers. So we've got all these bottles are separate, and I did solid ones. So you could, if you wanted to come up with a whole different design and something new, I wanted to make sure you had that. And let's go to the next page. Easter, we got Easter baskets. I made some blank flat basket for you, but I also put carrots on one and tulips in one, so you could play around with it. Easter eggs, some crosses, of course. And then some sayings: walk by faith, made new. Some bunny loves you, risen indeed. Follow me and I'll make you fishers of men. This would be great for even though it's got florals, you could still do it for a man, and you could erase the florals or you could just make them the right colors, Hope is alive. Springtime, he has risen. Hop into spring. Easter blessings. Bunny wishes and Easter bunny kisses and Easter wishes. Rejoice always. Amazing grace. That's the one we're going to use today. And here's some samples of things that I made with it. The color, I did add the color palette on the website for you because some people were in love with this color palette. I am. The more I used it, the more I was like, I love it. So we're making this today. And then that's it with a white background. And this is the fish I was telling you about. But if you made this in masculine colors, it could be a totally different look. I love the colors. I just love the pink background. I just love that one. That's probably maybe my favorite. There's an Easter one. Is that everything that I think that's all my samples that I did. Yes. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to start with an 8.5 by 11 canvas, and I'm going to turn it this way. Hello, Jackie. Jackie. Good morning. Hello, Bobbio. Is it Bobbio? Tell me your name. What is your name? I'd love to know your name, because yesterday I saw you and I was like, is it Bobbio? Because that's so cute. It might just be a business name though. Okay. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is put my little glove on. And some of you might want to know why I wear a glove. Uh-oh, where's my glove? I don't like it when it's missing. That bothers me. Where is it? Because my hand makes, there it is. It makes it bounce around, makes the screen bounce around the way I rest my hand on the screen. I don't know why it does that, but I'm glad I have a solution because it really drives me insane. Okay, so we're gonna go to our little stand. First thing I'm gonna do is go to my color palette. Oh, and let me show y'all how to download the color palette because we haven't done that before either. Okay, so I'm going to go to Kajabi again to show you, because everybody has access to the Kajabi app if you're a member. And I showed you how to get in it and everything at the beginning of class. You'll go to monthly stamp releases, and then today, Springtime Blessings is what you get to download today. And I have this Springtime Blessings stamp set right here. You just tap on that, download your stamps, and then the color palette is right here, and you tap on that, and it's doing the same thing, exactly what the steps I went through. You can save it to your device. You can save it to your files if you want to make sure you don't lose it. I'm just going to do Procreate right now because it's faster for us. And now it's like, okay, well, where'd it go? So we're going to look at our color palettes. Let's look over here under palettes. Where did it go? Maybe it went to the bottom. I don't know. Yeah, there it is. God Says I Am right here. And it's, is that what tell me if that's what it came up for you, because God Says I Am is what I called it, but I thought I changed the name of it for, I don't know if I did. Anyway, so to get this to come onto the front disc, you just tap set as active. Okay. And then hit disc, and then it'll be on the front page right here. So you'll have your color palette. That's super fun. I hope you enjoy getting that little bonus when you download your stamps. Okay. And also, if you did not see it and you did not know, you can always rewatch the replay here. We have the replay for you anytime you want to watch it. It's so easy to find. You'll know it goes with whatever. And I added some of the samples here so you could go through and look at them to get ideas of how to use the stamps as well. So this is your playground for you to come in, and every month you can go back and look at stuff. The only thing you can't do is download the stamps again. Because we don't have it in there after that current month. Now, I'm making an exception for the next 48 hours. So you guys who are watching the replay, you can go back in and update the March one. I mean, the February set, where we had that one typo. So right now you can download both sets. So that's a good thing. Okay. All right. All the housekeeping stuff I think I've gotten taken care of. Now, Bobby. Okay, Bobby. I'm so glad to know that. Bobby O'Brien. Okay. Bobby is kind of cute though, you know. Okay, I'm going to double tap on, get my black down here, and then I'm going to go to our Springtime Blessing stamp set. And you will find it, remember, at the very top whenever you download it, and then you can put it wherever you want. I like to slide it into alphabetical order, or I'll put it by my favorites just so it's easy to find. Okay. All right. Now, for me, because I can't remember exactly what I drew, I'm going to insert this photo. No, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I can. I just want to look at it as a reference. So what I meant to do is go to Canvas Drawing Guide, under Drawing Guide as reference. And then I'm going to go to the images, and I'm going to grab it out of my photo library so I can still see it. Whoops. While I'm teaching you guys, okay? There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bottles first and a new layer. It's so important that we always start with a new layer. And let's see. Probably you want me to do it like the sample. And then I'm going to make the bottles. If you look at my picture, if you want it done like that, it looks like the bottle are about halfway up the page. So I'm going to do about right. Maybe a little bit bigger. About like that. And then I'm going to do each bottle on a different layer. We can combine them later, and then the percentage that I'm making them, let's see, this one is about 30%-ish. Okay, let's see if it'll work for them to all be that 30%-ish. Let's see. I'm going to do 30. Yeah, that works. Okay, I'm going to add another one. And that is, ta-da. Oh, this one. Let's do 30%-ish. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then one more bottle, and you can tell these are not even. That's not a problem. We'll fix that as we go. And then now I'm getting the striped vase. I'm going to do it about 30%. And there's that. Okay, so now I'm going to swipe all of them and just go ahead and center. Just make sure they're all kind of centered. And decide if I like the spacing the way it is. If you want to. Hi, Christine. You could. Bobby's here too. Bobby, I've been wanting to talk to you. Did you see or hear? I made a stamp for you, and I don't know how to get it to you. Can you email support@craftwithchristy.com? Let me put my email up here because I want to get it to you. You know that one, the sewing one, the stitching one I did? No, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, if you want to send an email, just say, hey, Christy made a stamp for me. I'm Bobby. I'll know what that means. Okay, so if you want them closer together, then you would play around with each one separately. Maybe start with the middles in the right spot and then move this one a little closer. I'm not saying they need to be. I'm just saying, if you needed to, do like that. I think I'm happy with the distance they're apart. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Okay, next. I'm gonna go ahead and pinch these together. I think I'm happy with them, and that'll save you layers. Some of you may not have that many layers. And then I'm going to add a new layer. And on the new layer, we're going to do flowers, okay? And there's a lot of different options for flowers. And I'm going to start with this long stem flower, just the first one I found. And see how tiny that is? I want to make it bigger. Let's see what 30% does. I think let me do 40. Huh. You decide. You decide what you like. Maybe 35. How about that? Okay. There we go. And I'm tapping it where I want it to go. Now, right now, it's on top of the bottle. That's okay. Don't worry about that right now. Can you put that on the screen? Yes. It went away. It went away. And just take a screenshot if you need to, or let's see. It's going to hide it in 10 seconds. That's what it says it's going to do. So I'm like, okay. All right. I'm going to add another flower, but with a new layer. And then I'm going to get a new flower. And do about 35%. And put that in here. And it can go up higher. It can go down lower. Whatever you decide. You're not going to be able to see where the stem is on the inside because we're coloring the bottles. Okay, next, we're going to do this little long stem flower here, 35%. That one, I may want to move stuff depending on how that looks, or make that a little bit smaller. Let me make it just a little bit smaller. Okay, that one I did about 25%. Okay, next is this this daisy that's leaning to the left, and I wanted it to lean to the right. So first, we're going to stamp it on its own layer, right? Yes. Okay, but I don't want it, and that's a little too big. I'm going to go down to 24 on that one. Okay, so no, let me go back up to 30. It'll look better once I flip it. Okay, so I'm going to stick it here and see how I felt like it would look better flip the other way because there was not much space in between. So what I did is I clicked the arrow at the top, the select arrow, and then I went down here to the bottom and I flipped it horizontally like this. And then before I moved on to the next step, I moved it over to center it back into the pot, into the vase. So I can go down with it. I can go up with it. You just want to make sure everything looks balanced. So I'm going to keep it about right there for now. And then I'm going to add the last flower, and then we can move stuff around and see if we need to do anything different. Where's that flower? Where's Where is that? Oh, this one, I guess. That is number 3. And I'm going back up to 35. And put that there. And see how that kind of helped balance it out more. That one might be a little big, so I may go back and make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, that's better, I think. I think. Okay. Then you see if you're happy with them. Oh, you're welcome, Bobby. Okay, so now I'm going to pinch the flowers together, and then I'm going to put them underneath the bottles. All right, because right now they would show on top of the bottles. So I'm just going to slide this down underneath like that. Okay, I'm just switching their spots. Good. I'm glad you sent it. Okay. And now let's start coloring. We're going to start with the bottles first. So I'm going to go to that layer, and I'm going to make a duplicate backup. I always want to have a backup just in case. I'm going to go ahead and do both of them because I might want to change something about it after I've started. Okay, let's pull up our pretty color palette for this month. And it says God Says I Am because I'm using it for the God Says I Am series as well. So if you downloaded this, if you just popped on, you can download this color palette on the website. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to get this pretty pink and drag and drop color here. And let's see how far it'll go here. Okay, so now I just need to go and you know what I think is going to be easier? I didn't do this the first time, but this is going to make it so much easier. Okay, I just deleted that. And I want to go to my stems real quick. Okay, forget your extra copy, delete that because we're gonna adjust this real quick. I want to go ahead and erase the stems because that's going to save us so much work that I did not think to do in the beginning. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I thought of this. So much better. I'm just erasing the stems. They're not going to show, but to color over them is a lot of work with all these details. Anyway, okay, so I erase the stems. Now for the stems, for the flowers, I'm going to duplicate them again. Okay, you got that? Does that make sense? So we shouldn't have any stems in where you can see them on our bottles. Now we can color. Let's go back to the, you can uncheck one of each of the extra sets and just work with the ones that are checked. If you want to put these, if these are in your way and you're not sure, like, I don't know what to do with them, I'm distracted, put them down here in the bottom. And if you're afraid that you might do something to them and get on the wrong layer, you can lock them, swipe and lock them so you can't do anything to it. You can't draw on it. It won't allow you to. Okay. So that's a tip as well. Hi, Kiwi. Good morning. Or is it good evening? Okay. Bottles. This is the bottle set I'm going to be working with. I'm going to drop my color here and then blow it up, continue filling. And now I could just tap. And there's a little spot right there I didn't want to miss. And then there's a spot right here I don't want to miss. And right here. And I think that's most of the areas. And then I want to go, whoops. See how everything is pink now? Go back. You don't want that. I accidentally touched the screen. And that's how I'm going to do my bottles. Okay. While I'm here, I could go ahead and continue coloring my bottle. And I did the light pink for the flowers. And these you can just if it gets to where they're not coloring in real good, then take off the color drop and slide this over and then play around, go back and forth to fill it in better. Does that make sense? You'll still need to drop and drag. See, but you don't want to do that. So I accidentally dropped it on black. You don't want to do that. Okay. So if the area is too narrow and you can't get it colored, do you know what to do? We actually got that to work, but do you know what to do if it doesn't? The trick to that is go behind it if you can. Or you can just color, make your brush real small. Wait, why is that doing that? Hang on. Oh, I need to go back to my regular brush. I'm just using dry ink. That's my normal brush that I use all the time. And then you can just color it. See, I'm just coloring it in. I know it's hard to tell because it's blown up so big, and that also tells you it's probably not going to show that much, right? Okay. There's that. Okay, we can go ahead and do our leaves right now too, while I'm here. And see how that colored in some things I don't want it to? So I'm going to drag it around to get it where I want it. And I think that's fine right here. And then there's some little dots right here that I did yellow. And that colored a lot of that. So I'm going to be happy with that. Just don't color on the black lines. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. This one is easier to color. Let's go ahead and do our leaves first. Okay, see how that colored the wrong one? That's because of the color threshold. So we're going to back up, and then we're going to take off the color drop, and we're going to drop color, and then we're going to slide it so it does what we want it to. Okay. Everybody understand that? That's a very common thing that that will happen to everyone. It's not just you, okay? It happens to everyone. That's just part of the way the program is designed. I don't know why. My glove is because when I rest my hand on my screen, which I do often, I didn't realize how much I did it. It makes my screen bounce, and it drives me crazy. And that's the only solution I could find. I saw some other artists using it, and I thought, okay, well, maybe there's a reason why. See how I colored the wrong thing? Back up. And then we can go to color fill if you want and tap. And see, sometimes it's just hard to get right in between those lines. Just be patient. Be patient, be patient. Some of these I leave white just as interest, or you could color that green, whatever you want to do. Okay, now I'm going to do the golden color and tap individually. And if this drives you crazy and you don't even want to worry about like coloring this in and everything because it's so tiny, just do this. Make a new layer on top, okay? And then just color with your brush. We're just coloring it in, coloring it in. So there's a lot of different ways to achieve, the same thing. Again, here you can just make dots, colored dots on top of this. And then if that's driving you crazy too, just color the whole thing in. We have options. We have options, people. And then you could make, if you wanted to make circles on top of that, you could. You know what I mean? Like go back in and add circles if you wanted to achieve kind of the similar look that I had. But it was driving you crazy trying to color in those tiny little dots. That's an option for you right there. Okay? You're still getting the same look. And then this one too. This one's so small, I might want to do that myself. Again, I'm on a different layer. And if you like it just like that, great. If you want to do some dots on it. Not sure what am I doing? I didn't know these were so hard to fill in. I didn't have that problem when I was designing it. Anyway, this is so blown up, it's really hard to tell because it's so pixelated. This is a pixelated program. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's designed that way. Anyway, but when you go way down here, you can't tell. See how that's so tiny? Okay, got it? These flowers are much more fun to color right here. Well, I think. We'll see. I think all the other ones are so much easier. It's just this set. Why did it do that? Do you know why the screen went completely pink? Can you guess? Oh my gosh. Yes, Bobby. Yes, that's that's what I did. That's what I was trying to say in the beginning. Let me show you here. Okay, this one's not been colored in yellow. I'm going to go underneath the bottles all together. Okay, make a space underneath the bottles, and then you can color right underneath the bottles. I'm not sure. Oh, that one colored in all the way. So I could color underneath this layer and color it in like that. Okay, this is underneath. So if I take away the bottles, that's still there. Okay, and you could do that for the dots and everything too. So yes, thank you. And these, I actually have pink on my example, but for fun, I'm just going to color them in. This is easier to color them. All of these would be easier maybe to color like that, just to make a layer behind it and do that. Okay, let's move on to, no, let's go ahead and do our bow. Now the bow, I did 2 colors because it's like I'm saying the back side is one color and the front side is one color. So pick whatever color you want to do. I'm going to do this darker blue. Why is it doing the whole screen blue? It could be a lot of reasons, but let's look at our layers first. I'm going to back up. Well, no, you can look at your layers first and you can see, oh, I colored in the whole layer, and it's the one where I was just coloring the yellow flowers. So let me back out of that, and then let's go back to the correct layers, and we're coloring on the bottles layer. So I'm going to drop color again, and you see this time it still filled up the back, but that's because my color threshold was not working right. Okay, so there it goes again. So I'm going to drop color, and I'm going to go back and forth until it gets where I want it to go, right? And now I can tap, 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 tap. This is going to be a different color because it's on its backside, and it's just because I think that's fun to change it up. And then that's going to be a different color too. So I'm going to take the lighter blue and put it in the background, and then that there. And that's how I colored that. Yes, open space. Which Apple Pen are you using? I need to order me one. This is the, I mean, you need to make sure whatever you buy is the one that goes with your iPad. This is the Apple Pencil Pro, I believe. Apple Pencil Pro, yeah. Oh, you didn't know about the lock, Bobby? I'm glad that was helpful. Okay. I'm going to the next bottle. This is going to be, we're going to go a lot faster now because that one was a lot. Just going to start tapping color. This is a little tricky right here where you're trying to make sure, but that's why it's cute, because it's detailed. So yeah, that's it. That wasn't that bad. Okay, and now I'm going to color the flowers pink and the leaves green. Again, it's up to you if you leave the white space or not. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way. I like having the white. I think it's pretty, but in a minute we're going to have a background, so that whatever is in the background, it's going to show. So that's going to change everything again. Okay, let's go ahead and do our ribbon. I'm going to do it with this light blue color. Oops. Don't touch the black. Oop, I see where I missed some yellow. Let me get that yellow real quick. Right there. Okay, I think that's it, but we'll see. Maybe we should go ahead and color our background so we'll know what else we need to color. Does that make sense? Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so I colored those different colors because they're the back side, but you don't have to. Your ribbon can be the same color on both sides. Okay, so as far as the background goes, let's just go ahead and change it to the light blue. And then we can see as we go, like right here, that blue doesn't show up that we just did. So what I did in my original is I took that blue. I know that blue looks good with this, but I want to make it a little bit lighter. So I'm going lighter, lighter, lighter to where I can still use the pretty blue and it will stand out, this pretty blue. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay. Next bottle is the dark blue. And I'm doing yellow flowers. It's easier to blow it up whenever you're coloring. Continue coloring, filling. I don't mind that it has I don't feel like I have to color every little thing. I think it looks good with that light blue showing through. And then there's that. And now look at my bottle. I missed a spot. And now we're going to do our bow. And I'm going to do dark pink on the outside, and then on the inside of the bow, I'm going to make it light pink. Oh, I didn't finish my bottle. What am I thinking? Dark blue, and there we have it. And I'm doing all the bottles first because they're on the same layer and it's easier. Or I'd have to go back from the flower layer to the bottle layer, flower layer, bottle layer. I'm just trying to make. Okay. Next color is the light blue. Let's see if it looks okay. Yep, it shows up. And then we're going to make sure we get all these little extras. The details are tedious, but that's what really elevates it and makes it look good, you know? Oh, I think we did it. That was easy. Okay, now green for the leaves. You could pick different greens. If you don't want to do this color palette, by all means, do it however you want or find a fun other color palette. Totally up to you. But you'll know what it's going to look like if you do use it. So that's kind of nice too. Oops. I think that's good. Okay, and now I'm going to go to my pinks. Limited color palette is actually more of a challenge than people think. Sometimes it's harder to do limited. I'm doing the lighter pink for the roses. Okay, and then let's bring some yellow in here for some other color like that. And then these are so small that again, I could go underneath. And if I want to go underneath, I'm just going to go down below. I can color it like that, or I can leave it. Yeah, just like that. Okay. And then I decided to do pink for my bow. Drop it. And now why did it do that? Let's look. Are we on the right layer? Nope, we're not. So we're going to go back to the right layer. And when we drop the color, it should go in the lines. If it doesn't, we've got to play with our color threshold. You will get it. It will make sense eventually. It took me a long time to really understand what to do when my screen would do that. I didn't get it. I was like, I don't know. Why are you doing this to me? What am I doing wrong? And it wasn't me. It's just a program. Okay. And I did the light color behind that one. Oops. I just touched the background. So my bad. All right. Now let's do, I've got pink in my hand. So I'm just going to do pink, light pink, dark pink, light pink, dark pink. Make sure I get that side over there and down here. And then we'll make our flowers stand out by using yellow. And got my green here. Don't touch the black like I did. Okay, and now I'm going to do the a medium blue here for the center. And again, I can go underneath that layer and color this in by just going to the layer underneath it. Like so. Okay. All right. We got our bottles done. Let's do our flowers. Oh, Jenny, if you're on here, thank you. She said I look pretty good in pink. Okay, in the light blue bottle, there are some white spots between the pink flowers. Could that also be background? In the light blue bottle, there's some spots. In between the flowers. Yes. So if you're talking about right here, I'm good with that being just, or even here. You decide what you like as far as, do you want to color it? So you guys might, let me go back to that layer. You might want to color this in, those flowers right there. And you might want to color that little background in right there. You could do, I think maybe it makes more sense to be green, like there's a green leaf behind it. But I'm okay with the background showing too, you know? And again, go behind it and color anything you want in. Does that make sense? Is that helpful, Vicki? Good questions. Very good questions. Bobby says, I'm on the wrong layer a lot, but I catch myself much earlier. Yes. And it happens to me every day. So don't, okay, good, Vicki. Yes. I mean, like, it's just part of the program. Don't let it trip y'all up. I do it multiple times a day. Okay, let's go to our next step. Okay, so next we're going to start with our flowers. Let's get on that layer. And remember, it's underneath, which kind of seems weird. You think, oh, but it's on top. But no, it's underneath. And actually right now it doesn't matter because we don't have anything. We erased. So it doesn't matter. It could be on top. Okay, I pulled in some white here. I thought it needed some white. So I did that right here. And then I'm going to grab my yellow and tap, 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 tap. And then I did a blue center. And the background, remember it is fine that those lines are showing. The background is showing. Now on here, my original, it looks different. And that's because we're going to do a shadow. And so it'll look a little different when we do the shadow. But I left it like this. Okay, green. I'm going to go ahead and do my leaves. Like that. I've got my green in my hand. I know I'm going to have to do all these green leaves, so I'm just going to go ahead and do them while I have my green. One less step. What are y'all going to do with these designs? Somebody asked yesterday, I thought it was a great question in the comments. Like, what do y'all make with these things? And I know there's a million things that we can make. Somebody mentioned, do I ever make earrings with this? Yes. Somebody, was like, I'm just curious, what do y'all make? So tell us in the comments, what do you do with digital stamps? I like to do cards. I love putting the prints on something like I have a piece of art coming. That's a pretty big piece of art that I'm going to show you that I used with my artwork. You can put it on a mug. A couple months ago, we did a repeating pattern that you could, put on a mug or whatever. But I'd like to know what you guys do. Yes. So make another layer, drag it behind it and color. Drag it behind it and color. Oh, I think I missed that step. If I didn't answer your question, ask me again, because my thought process has moved on. Okay, so I've done all the green. Now I'm going to grab pink. See where I'm going to put pink, and I'll just go ahead and do all my pink at the same time. I think it's just on the hot pink. It's just on here, I believe. Yes. Okay, and then I did the light pink next. And I did white. I really liked adding the white in here. And then I did yellow. I see one thing I didn't do in my original that I want to do with you guys too. And that's put a highlight on here. Okay, do I have everything colored the way I want it colored? I think so. I think I'm pretty happy with it. Drag behind the flowers to fill in the small blank spaces. Okay, drag behind the flowers. So, yeah, so let's just say you wanted to color that in. I mean, that's pretty easy to color in right here, but just say you wanted to, yeah. Then make a layer behind it. When you say drag, I'm not really sure, but make a layer behind it and then color like that. I'm not dragging anything, but maybe that's why I want to make sure I am answering your question correctly. But these, you could easily, let me go make sure I'm on that right layer. You could easily fill these in if you wanted to. That one might be kind of small. That worked. So if you don't like that extra white space, just color it in. But I kind of like it. Okay. Next, we're going to make the bottle sit on something. Okay, good, Sue. Good. Thank you for letting me know. Now, I want, in your mind, think about this. I want these to sit on something. Where will I put that layer? Where will I draw that layer? So I'm going to make a blank layer, and I'm just going to do it randomly so we can look at together. Right now, I have it. Now, if you want to, you can actually go ahead and pinch the flower pot and the flowers together, because really there's nothing that we need to change. So I'm just going to pinch those together. That'll make it easier, right? And if you want to pinch the what's behind here, you want to pinch the color, you can do that too. For example, this yellow I colored in on a separate layer. Remember? See how it's on a separate layer? But if I want to now at this point, if I'm not going to change it or anything, I want to combine them, I can. And now it's all in one layer. Okay? It's part of that. You don't have to. If you have extra layers, it's nice to keep things in different layers sometimes. But if you run out of layers, that's a good thing to do. Okay. So Bobby says she makes everything from designs for printable designs, school pages and such, create designs for mugs, t-shirts, cards, fun stuff for grandkids, whatever they can think up, color pages for them. Yes, I love that. So cute. So cute. Bobby, how did you find me? Do you remember how you found me in the beginning? Okay, so I've got this dark blue, and I'm just going to make a line. Now, right now, I'm underneath. Does that make sense? That we're going to put these on top of a table or the ground, or I don't know, or something. That makes sense that would go there. So I'm just going to grab that and I'm going to drop this color behind it. And now we've got some kind of a table, but it blends in with that vase. So I do want to make a change here where I'm going to go and change. I can turn the opacity down just to change the color just a little bit if I want to. So that's one option, which means on that layer, click the letter N and then slide down until you get, see how it's already changed it enough to where it doesn't look like they're the same. And I just turned it down just a hair. Like right here, I did to 73%. We could keep going. That's pretty, 63%. I could keep going, getting lighter and lighter, 50%. That's pretty too. So I'll just leave it, somewhere around, I'll do 60%. And so we're still in that same color family. And we didn't have to pick a color. It just adjusted the color. So I know lots of Bobbies. Bobby, I've never had Bobbies before, you guys. And my mom's name is Bobby. You think it was a cricket type of event and you had some sort of freaky out sound? Okay, yay. I love it. I love it. Was it with well, you may not know. Shelly? Do you know if it's with Shelly? We can make that or not? Okay. We can make that. Not or not. I said or not. Her business is called We Can Make That. Okay, I think it's looking good. All right, I don't need this anymore. I'm going to get rid of this thing just so we don't have it in our way. Just X'd it out. And now let's go ahead and put our sentiment. So sorry, y'all. I've been sick, so I'm extra tired. Okay, springtime blessings. We're going to go and they're going to look at the sentiments. I don't remember. I put them up here at the top. Okay. And I had Be Kind on my original, and then I was like, no, Amazing Grace. I've got to do Amazing Grace. So I just got Amazing Grace. Right now, I've got it with the dark blue. Yes, Bobby met my mom. That's so fun. I love it. And then I'm just adjusting the size to see, what do I like? Do I like it really big? Do I like it smaller? I'm always on the bigger side. So there's that. And then I'm going to center it. It's going to tell me that it's centered when I see that yellow line there. And we're looking good. We're looking good. The hardest part was coloring in the flowers, but you got the tip of coloring in behind. That makes it so much easier. And now that I'm looking at this, I don't like that yellow. I'm going to go back to that layer. I don't know if I can fix it now because I combine them together. This is why you don't want to combine stuff together. But if I wanted to go back and change these, it'd be easier if I had not squished it together. But actually, I don't mind having a little yellow showing through there. So I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to keep a little bit of the yellow. See? Where it's mostly pink. But I don't have to do that, just for fun. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I like to put a shadow behind the table, the floor, whatever that is. Let's make sure we can do that, okay? So I'm going to duplicate the floor and see how it made it really, really dark. That's the only thing about using that, turning down the opacity and doing it this way. Okay, the bottom one I'm going to make black. So I'm going to have a solution for this in just a second. So underneath here, there's black, right? Now, why is it light gray? Because it has the opacity on, because I duplicated it just like the other one. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the opacity up. I hope this isn't too much for y'all. And then I just want it right behind the original, but I'm going to go to adjustments and Gaussian blur, and I'm going to slide Gaussian blur to the right. And that just made a blur behind there. It's really hard for you to see because of that layer in the front. So let's go to the layer in the front and let's go ahead and turn it all the way back up to its opacity. And instead of turning down the opacity, because that's going to mess up our background, but do you see how it's more dimension now? Let me show you. Let me take off the background. Do you see how I added more dimension there? So I have it on now and I'm turning it off. Totally up to you, but it does add a little bit. And because I'm doing that, instead of turn down the opacity for this blue, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to change the blue to a different color on the color palette. I'm just lightening it up a little bit like that, just so it's still part of the family, but you can see that there is a shadow there. Okay, one more time. Do y'all like it without the shadow or with the shadow? Without? What? I like it with. Okay, that's up to you. Now I want to make a shadow of our flowers. And so we've combined our flowers to one block, which I'm glad we did. And so we're going to lay one layer, and now we're going to duplicate that layer. So you will have two of the colored in flower vases. The bottom one, I'm going to tap and hit select. And if you have yours set up like mine, you have freehand here and you have color fill here. Then you can pick a color, and whatever color you pick, it's going to change it to that. So I'm going to hit black. And if you look on my layers, now that's layered down there is black. Let me know if somebody needs that tip, like for me to show you changing the color. Changing the color of entire layer. Let me know if you need that again, what I just did. Okay, so now behind here, we've got this black layer, right? Well, I like to do subtle shadows. And so sometimes not. And so I sometimes just tap 1, 2, 3 times, and there's a shadow there. There's a little shadow there, okay? If I keep going, it's getting bigger, 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 bigger. And look what happens to all these lines, okay? So we need to decide, how do we want our shadow to be? And so I love doing a distorted shadow. You can ask my tribe members. That's any chance I get, I do it. And so that's what I did for this one. And I want to show you how to do it. So what we're going to do now is we are making sure that we have this layer, the black layer behind, just the shadow layer highlighted. Okay. That's the layer that we're on. And then we're going to hit the arrow, and the arrow is selecting that black layer, but I still want it to be right behind the flower pot. And then I'm going to hit distort down here at the bottom. This is menu's already up. So we're going to hit distort. And now to make it do what we want it to do, we have to know what button to hit, I guess. So there is on our square, let's see if I can make this bigger. There is it's hard to see. There's a green dot, tiny dot, and that is for rotation. So we can turn it, okay? We're turning it if we use that one. Let me put it back. Underneath there, there's a blue dot that's like right on the line. That's what we're looking for. We're going to touch this, okay? But this is going to help us. We're going to be able to do different things with that, okay? So let me, go back to reset. Let me take you back to the whole picture so you can see what I'm doing. And we're going to get that distort. We're going to get that blue dot, and then we're going to start playing around. Where do we want our shadow to go? It's going to be like kind of against the wall. Do we want it down towards the floor? Do we want it all the way down like that? That looks cool. Do we want it kind of coming out in front? Do you see the options we have here? So this is where you get to have fun and play and decide where you want it. In my original, I think I did it maybe something like that, but that's so distracting and it takes away from your artwork if you leave it that black. You don't want to do that. You want to turn down the opacity. And also, it's so sharp. If you think of a shadow, they're kind of blurred. So let's blur it first. So we're going to go up to the magic wand. We're going to hit Gaussian blur, and we're going to slide our pencil. See that? We can blur it all the way out. We can blur a little. What I like is probably about right there is about 4%. See how it's blurred out? I love that. Looks so good. You can still tell what it is, but now it's still too dark. It's taking away from our pretty artwork. We just want it to be a subtle background. So we're going to go back to that layer, and we're going to take the letter N, and we're going to turn down the opacity, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down. And you may think, but no one's going to see it if I turn it down too far. Believe me, it's there. It's there. They're going to notice. So I'm turning it down. Right now it's 10%. I like that or less. I probably wouldn't keep it any higher. Again, I don't want to take away from the artwork. So there's that. That's how I do that. And then let's make these bottles kind of shine. Let's give them a highlight. So I'm going to go above the layer of the bottles, of anything that has, if I go to the very top layer of everything, you don't want anything on top of this. We're going to choose white, and then we're going to go, everybody has this brush. If you go down to the bottom to airbrushing, airbrushing, and just pick, I'm going to start with a soft brush and see what we think about it. Okay. You didn't know you could do that. You're geeking out. I love it. So you like that distorted shadow? It just elevates it so much. So much. Okay. Now, let's just see what kind of mark it makes. Oh, I don't like that. You can't even, I'm going to go down. Let me turn down my opacity. I can't see it that well either. Oh, that looks pretty good. Okay, so this isn't what I was going to do at first, but I kind of like it. So I have the airbrush, the soft brush, and I have it set at 2%. It's really tiny. And then I'm just going to go like this. Look at that. Makes that bottle. It looks good. Doesn't it look good? And do the same thing over here. That bottle. It didn't show up as well. I'll show you a different way to do it too. We'll do it a couple ways, okay? But I thought it looked really cool in that first one. There's that one and then this one. Okay, so we can do it like that. Or we can take that layer all the way down off. I like that one, but the other ones are okay. Okay, so I'm just going to completely clear that layer if I don't like it. Or let's just add another layer and we can compare. So I'm going to uncheck that one because I don't want them there. I'd uncheck that box so they're not there. So I'm going to go back to my original brush that I love, which is dry ink. Okay, and I like to do dry ink. So we're going to do an empty layer here. And then I've got it about, let's see. I think I have edited my brush. Your brush will probably not look like the same size, but whatever something looks like that. Like I can tell you that this is at 5%, 4%, but if your brush is not if it doesn't start off the same size as mine, then it won't matter. Okay. You can't upload your oh, I showed in the beginning how to do it, Avery. If you can watch the replay, maybe that'll help. But it should upload exactly like the stamps do. Okay, so I'm doing these lines. I'm going to do maybe some up here too. I'm going to blend them out, so don't worry. They're not going to stay like that. Okay, I'm just making a line on the right-hand side. Okay, so now let's do what we've been doing all along, is working with our gauge on blur. So just so you can see what I'm doing, I'm going to blow it up. Okay, Gaussian blur is this little magic wand. Go down there, and then I'm going to slide my pencil. I'm going to touch the screen and slide and see how it's going to fade it out, in and out. I think I like the way that looks. And I'll tell you what percentage that is in just a second. You see how it's, what do y'all think? What do y'all like better? I don't think I like this covering the ribbon, because the ribbon's not supposed to be part of the bottle. It would be sitting on top of the bottle. So I'm just going to erase where it's on top of the ribbon. There we go. Okay, and then that's fine on top of the flowers because that's part of the vase. Do you like that? Tell me which one you like better. So there's our highlight of our bottles. Or do you like, let's take that one off and put this on. Do you like that better? It's totally what you like. Totally what you like. They're not that different, I guess. You like the highlight. I love the highlights for sure. And you can also we can do one with our flowers. Let's add a layer. We could have done this all together, but I wanted you to see the difference. So I'm going to go to, why is that not working? I added a layer. Oh, I don't know. Okay. And then I'm just going to add like a little, you could do the leaves too if you wanted. Like a little comma every so often. And then I'll show you what that looks like. That looks pretty too. I like that too. And then I could do all the flowers at one time. I didn't, but let's do the rest of them. I see that I need to add some underneath this layer, this layer. I didn't color this yellow, so I'm going to color that yellow real quick. And then it's hard to show a highlight on white, so I don't know what I'll do with that one. I guess I'll just leave it be. But on these, I'm going to go ahead and do white. I could go over there and do the green leaves though, these. Just doing like little lines, little highlights. Okay, I'm going to keep going over here. Do some more. There's not a wrong way to do this, so don't feel like, wait, I'm not doing mine just like yours. It's okay. Okay, and then this one. I'm going to do the center of this one as well. That's a good one to do right there, for sure. Okay, now, let's see how these turn out. Let's go to Gaussian Blur. Oops, Gaussian Blur. And now watch this one. That's about, wait, how do I know what percentage that was? I wasn't watching. Let me go back. Okay, it's going to show up here where the percentage is. Okay, here we go. So that's 4%. It's pretty blurred out. And then to me, by 6%, it's not even worth doing. So how about, that's 3%. I like that. That looks good. Maybe 4%. But you know what I could do? I could turn down the opacity if it's still too strong. So let's do that. Let's go here, turn down the opacity a little bit. So we can still tell it's a highlight, but it's subtle, and subtle is good. Subtle is good. So you've got the little highlights here and here. Yeah, cool. Perfect. I think it looks good as it is. You can always add more things to it. You could do a border around it. We can, for Amazing Grace, if we want to just see what it looks like. I think I preferred it just like this, but you could do a shadow under it just to see. And so I just duplicated it, turned it to black underneath, and I've got my shadow here. See, here it is. I reset it, and then I'm just going to tap a few times. And then y'all can see, do you like that better? I'll do it close up and take it off and on. Oh, I kind of like it. That's without, that's with. Now let's look at the whole picture and do with and without too. Maybe it'd be too hard to tell on here. I don't know. See, I like it. I like it both ways. I mean, the black does pick up all the black outline. So let's look one more time. What do y'all think? You like it with or without? Today, I think I like it with. Yesterday, I think I liked it with. Okay. What do you think? Was this fun? Did you feel like you followed me pretty good? Y'all, you could make a pattern. You could make this like a tablecloth. It could be that, just use your imagination on what it is. It's not in concrete. I still think the shadows look cool in front. I think they look cool everywhere. Okay, just resize to make a card. Yes, so this could be a card front. Anytime we design something 8.5 by 11, this is a perfect size for a card front. And how I would do that would be I would go to my wrench. If I'm completed, if I love it and I'm completed, it's done. I'm going to go to my wrench and I'm going to go to add over to the far left, and that's actions. And then I'm going to copy the canvas. It's going to copy the entire canvas here. Okay. Now I can just watch what happens on my layers. Okay. Look up here at the top. You can see that it's my highlights and all that. Okay. But when I swipe and paste, because I already copied it, remember? When I paste, it's giving me the completed, no layers, just one layer of this like that. Okay. So what I would probably do if it were me is I would start a new canvas. Okay. So we've already copied it. It's still in the air. It's still copied. We still have it. I can paste it anywhere I want right now. Well, not anywhere, but in Procreate. So let's leave this canvas and let's make a new one. And I'm going to do 8.5 by 11 again. 9 times out of 10, that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to paste it. And there it is. How easy is that? And then to make it as a card front, I'm just going to drag it into a corner. Okay. Drag it into a corner. Now that I dragged it in this corner, the card would open this way. It would open like that. Okay. Open like that. This is the back. So you would back here, you would look for a cute stamp, because you have to dress up the back. You cannot let the back be naked. And let's go ahead and put a canvas on so I can kind of have a guide here. And so a lot of you have had stamps made. I'm going to show y'all the one I designed for Bobby. Bobby's getting hers today. Whenever I get off this, I'll check my emails and reply. But I've done a lot of signature stamps lately as gifts, and I have had so much fun because some of y'all have given me something to work with here. But Bobby, she sews, and I made this because I was working on my mom who sews. And this is what it ended up, her little signature stamp ended up looking like. Isn't that fun? It's got the stitches in it and everything. And then even there's a little bit of texture in anyway, so she could color this in. Let me see how it colors, because I don't remember if I played with that or not. There's that. So that would be like that. And then I would probably do like a tan color or this gold color for the ring. But isn't that fun? So that's the back of her card, her signature. Let me show you a couple other signatures that I've done recently that were super fun. So what do y'all think? I was thinking, what if we did, okay, look at Cheryl or Sherry's. Look at this one. How fun is this? Isn't that fun? I love it. She kind of gave me a little bit of guidelines. Like I like to camp, but whatever. So what if I designed a stamp for one of you? I'm going to go through the whole month. And so anyway, you would print this out. You would definitely, I would go ahead and do 2 cards at one time. So you don't waste your paper, right? Like that. And then do another signature. Let me find one more I've done. Here's Avery's. Isn't that so fun? Anyway, and so then you would print this out and cut it in half right there, and you'd have 2 cards. That makes sense? So what I was thinking this month, because I want you to use your stamps and I want you to play with them, and I wanted to give you a challenge. And the prize will be a hand-drawn stamp just for you, a custom stamp for you. Okay. So what the rules is I'm going to give you a hashtag. After this, I'll make a post that says use hashtag to enter the design a stamp contest. And by the end of this month, I will choose someone who uses the hashtag and posts their work. I'll post the rules in there too, because it's we're going to have just some basic things like you need to use stamp sets from this month, just use these, or just use Create with Christy stamps. It could probably be any stamps, but just use Create with Christy stamps. That would be one of the rules. Another rule might be like only one entry a day or something like that. I don't know. I'll let you know. But would y'all want that? Would y'all enjoy that? Getting a chance for me to design a stamp for you as a signature stamp. It wouldn't even have to be a signature. It could be any stamp within reason. I can't do anything in the whole world, but I can do a lot. And I love coming up with new things. So give me a thumbs up if you or a heart or something, if that sounds fun to you and that you want to participate. Because I think this is going to be so neat for all of you to see what all's possible. And the entry could be something on a t-shirt. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be just a piece of art like this. It could be anything that has to do with the stamp set. It could be earrings. It could be whatever. So what do y'all think? Tell me in the comments. I'm not seeing anything. I don't see. I guess I don't. If you're doing thumbs up in the wait, I think I do see a thumbs up. Are y'all still with me? Are y'all gonna participate if we have this contest? either it's still late or nobody's talking. One way or the other. I'm just gonna pretend like you're excited. Oh, hi, Mom. My mom is here. Y'all 3 Bobbies on at one time. No way. Look, whoops. This is my mom. Okay, good. I got a yes and a yes. Perfect. 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 Okay. We did a lot today. We learned a lot today. What was your favorite thing that you learned today? Tell me in the comments your favorite thing that you learned. Was it this distorted shadow? Was it adding a highlight? Was it just another way to color something in? I love your feedback. It really helps me know moving forward, like what makes a difference for you. So I'll let y'all answer that before we go. The shadow. Good, Christine. Good, good, good. I know how much fun it was for me when I would learn like something new. I'd be like, oh, I can do that now. Anybody else? What was your favorite part today? Now, looking at the other samples that I did, these are, I mean, you can look at this and do what I did basically. Same thing, I colored it in. I made bubbles behind here. We've done this before where I've made bubbles behind the colors. this. You can do this. Just going to add the little fish layer one on top of each other. And then you have to erase where the fish is on top of the basket, if that makes sense. But once you start playing with it, you'll get it. Distorted shadow, yay. Learned how to fix things, yay. The shadows was completely new for me. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. I love it. And you can see here, we just did that highlight on the eggs. It makes a big difference. A huge difference. Let me see if I can, I don't know if I can take that one off to show you because I'm not sure if that's the original or not. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Watch the shadows. Watch the highlights on these eggs disappear. Doesn't that one little tiny thing make such a huge difference? I think so. So distorted shadow. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Thank y'all so much for being here today. I just want you to be inspired to create. So after this, you can go right on in and download your stamp set. It's already ready for you. Don't forget to, if you didn't update last month's stamp set, you have 48 hours to do that because there was a misspelling on Genesis, on the round one with the frog in it. So go back and watch this video because at the very beginning, I show you how to completely delete the old one and upload the new one so you don't have the wrong set. Yeah, I think that's everything. So, okay. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.